much for watching this episode of Great Everyday Meals, where I am making simple recipes with basic cooking techniques. I'm going to show you today a frittata recipe that's been in my family probably forever. I mean, as long as I've been around, it's been around also, and it's something that's a favorite now of my own kids. And as we're doing this breakfast series this month, I wanted to share it with you guys, a garden vegetable frittata. Funny to say, frittata. Very simple. We're using, I said, garden vegetables. These are things that you can just grow or buy at any store. We have a plum tomato here that we are going to dice up. I love garlic. You could do 1 clove. I'm gonna do 2 because I just love it so much. Here's another. Smush down. Very simple, and peel. That's the easiest way to peel a garlic clove. And it's already kind of pre-chopped for you, right? And then you just get your knife. Slice this onion. And then we have a zucchini. No one's judging you on your knife skills at home. So don't worry about it. Take this zucchini, we're gonna cut it into half moons. Alright, so we have here our vegetables, and we have 4 eggs that we are gonna crack. I like to add a little bit of salt in the eggs at this point. Just a little bit, a pinch of salt, just to give it its flavor. And what we're gonna do first, and this is how I learned how to make frittata, and the way my mom did it, the way my grandmother did it, and the way I'm doing it now, is you start with your onions and your garlic. Okay, if you get some other stuff in there, no biggie. And we're gonna saute these together until the onions get soft. So we just want to sweat that out, let it, get caramelized a little bit, just want it soften. So a couple minutes, about medium to medium high heat. So good. At that point, we're gonna add our Roma tomato, plum tomato. This kind of creates a sauce. Especially this one is really juicy. A teaspoon of salt, some fresh cracked pepper, and we have dry oregano. We're gonna add about a teaspoon of that. Just like that, we're gonna add our zucchini. So we have all these vegetables here. It looks so good. I actually decided to add 2 more eggs, so we have 6 eggs, which is probably better for frittata anyway than 4. The next step that I learned from my mom and my grandmother, they would take this filling and they would actually put it into the eggs that we just scrambled. You just want to incorporate those vegetables in. And we're gonna take our egg mixture then, put that in, and we want to turn up. There you go. And I think they did that to make sure that all the vegetables, you see that, are incorporated all the way through. You see the edges starting to cook? What you want to do is with your spatula, kind of lift those edges and let the rest of the egg go underneath, and you're kind of cooking it. And with the frittata, you want a gentle heat, not too hot, and you're kind of moving it around. See that? And then letting those edges get nice and cooked, and then you're just going to repeat that process. Now frittata, usually at this point we would put it in the oven and let it finish cooking so that the top cooks. You could Put it in the oven for about 10 minutes just to make sure that the top of the egg gets cooked, because the bottom obviously is the only thing that's kind of touching the heat, which is why we were moving it around like we were. I'm gonna show you how I learned how to make this, which may be scary, which is you just flip it on a plate and you flip it on. Now if I drop this, which happens very rarely, but it happens sometimes, what you wanna do is just make sure that the bottom is loose, right? And I think because, you know, my grandma probably didn't have an oven, but this is the way I learned how. Put it on a plate here. It's about the size of your pan, and then you flip it. Yay, I did it! No mess! And then you flip it, and then you're cooking the other side. And this side you can see it's nice and golden brown, but you can see that it's kind of wet. So that means the other side is not cooked yet. So that's when you just put it to low heat. So after a couple minutes, you just want to check that it's not runny anymore in the bottom. So you just slowly lift it up and you see that it's turning brown. You know, it's nice crust and the egg's not running anymore. And you know that your frittata then is done. And we're gonna slowly put it out there. And there you go, guys. But this is just a simple, super duper simple recipe that I hope that you try at home. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Great Everyday Meals. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm Johanna Cook, Mama Cuisine. I'll see you next time. Bye.